Hi.
Hi,
Welcome to our podcast, Something's Wrong with Us.
because there is something wrong with us.
Um, Today we want to talk about, this is a very controversial topic. We want to talk about Disney and how, there's always, like, race swapping in, like, all of the videos.
Yeah,
What's up
all
with
of their
that?
all of their new movies have like interesting decisions for casting. And
Mhm.
also the fact that they're making live actions in the first place is
Yeah.
a little bit weird, especially for movies that have like kind of just come out like in the past decade, which I think is a little bit weird to make line for line
Mhm.
adaptations of. Not saying that they're all like that, because there's a lot of like strange creative liberties that have been taken in a lot of the live action movies.
Yeah.
Shout out the Lion King live action. Um,
And we wanted to talk about this because there's been like a lot of stuff on the internet, at least like on my feed. I don't know about you.
yeah,
But every single like video that I'm seeing is just about the new Tangled live action,
yeah,
which I have opinions about this.
yeah.
Multiple.
Yes, yeah, I do
Um,
as well. I think that it's like there's a lot to
hmm.
talk about. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
So
Let's get into it.
yeah,
Let's first start talking about like live action movies in general. Um, this is like a very recent thing. In the last like I want to say like 10 years is when we've had movies had like and not even 10 years, probably like the last like 7 or like 8 years. We've had like studios start making like live action remakes of their classic movies. It started off with like Disney where it was like Maleficent and what else came out around that time? Like Cruella, that one came out like a
yeah.
couple years
It
later. That
was
was like
yeah. It was about
when
the
we were
same
like
like it was
freshmen.
like
I
the
don't know
same
when I was
period.
freshman.
Yeah, it was like the same time period around then. And then before that, they started making other like quote unquote live action movies that kind of centered around like animals. So it's kind of I think those first movies that were kind of branching into the live action stuff.
Hmm.
Because the first few live action, like true live actions, like Maleficent, Cruella, weren't
Bad. They were
yeah,
like good.
and they weren't adaptations of like the
Hmm.
original movies. Like they were like telling like separate stories. They which I enjoy, which I like that, and I think that that's like totally fine to do. If
Hmm.
you're gonna make like a live action version of something, I
I
think
think
doing that is fine.
Maleficent's the way to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I really love that movie. By the way,
Hmm.
I've seen like the Maleficent live action movie like um a bunch of times. I think it's really well made, really
It
well
is. It
done,
is.
really well casted too.
No, for
Um,
sure. Absolutely. Separate from the second one though. I'm not a huge
yeah.
fan of the second one.
I'm also not. I don't
Yeah.
think they needed to make a second one. That's also a big thing. A
Yeah.
lot
Can
of
we stop with the
like
sequels?
yeah, a lot of movies and TV shows make sequels that like they don't need a sequel. Like
They're
it's like
completely
or like
unnecessary.
and this is a big thing in TV shows because
Yes.
a lot of TV shows I feel like y'all could have ended in like season 3. You don't need
Exactly.
to make 20
Exactly.
seasons. A
Exactly.
big one is Outer Banks.
I
I wish
thought it
they
was
didn't
over.
continue it.
Why are they releasing like another season?
I yeah, okay,
Like
we should have stopped. We should have stopped Woody. Also, one that's controversial, but I haven't seen the other seasons, so maybe I'm the problem. Is Squid Game. I've only seen
yeah.
season 1,
Yeah.
and I felt like the ending of season 1 was pretty like good, and I
Mhm.
think the only reason they made more was because of how much hype it got. Like I
Exactly.
don't think they made more because they wanted to make more. Um
Exactly.
and so I haven't seen it. I have heard that it's good, but I kind of don't want to because I also like lost interest. I also this is another big thing. I lose interest when TV shows take like 5 years between seasons. Like I'm looking at you,
Yeah,
Stranger
yeah.
Things.
Yeah. I don't even want to get into the last season of that one. I have
I'm on season
so
3.
many thoughts. I have so many thoughts. Actually, that's where it should have ended, in my personal opinion. Um, in terms of like, and I'm saying this as a huge Stranger Things fan. I think that the last season was completely unnecessary. The last two seasons even were completely unnecessary. In terms of like, unless they do something like, absolutely diabolical, which by the time this episode comes out, they might have already done something diabolical. So if that's the case, then congratulations. future Parker, you were right. But in case I'm not, then the fifth season was actual trash. And the Duffer Brothers are more like the Suffer Brothers. But anyways, the
Hate.
Stranger Things theories, Stranger Things seasons, like I don't know. It's it gets to a point, and not even on top of that, the spin-offs that are coming out, spin-offs in general for shows, I think are insane unless you actually have a lot more to say for the other characters in shows. Like there's some characters in shows that I think like deserve their own story, and
Hmm.
even in movies I think that they deserve their own story. Like, okay, one example of movies that I think should keep getting made, even though they kind of seem like they're just cash grabs, but they're not though, because the thing is they have like actual stories and plots to tell, and that is like all of the Hunger Games like films, like all of the like new ones that are coming out based off of the books that are currently being written. I think that
Um,
those are fine.
Another one to add to that is Zootopia.
Right.
I love that sequel. That is and I told some of my friends this, and they hate me for it. I said that that's my favorite animated movie of 2025, and I got hate for that. So, if you're my friends listening to this, screw you. Um, I'm
Evil,
kidding. I'm
evil.
kidding. I love my friends. Um, but I just love the world of Zootopia, and they can do so much with it. They could totally make like an animated TV series that aren't isn't related to Judy or Nick at all, and just like be related to like other things going on in the world, because
They
it's such a
did.
big world.
They did. They did.
My bad. I'm not up to date with the Disney lore. But
Yeah, but like
it's just
those kinds
there's
of
so
spin-offs are
much you
fine.
could do in
Yeah.
that world, and like
Yeah.
same with the Hunger Games. There's
Uh-huh.
so many like
There's other characters
things.
with stories to tell, but I think that like they have a lot of corporations have just like they just like to milk things for money, and that's
Hmm.
where like live actions and like those kinds of things, that's like, yeah, okay, we know you're just doing this because you want people to talk about it, and you're literally just rage baiting people, especially I
Hmm.
think with the race swapping. They're not doing it like in terms of like casting people of color in character roles that are not like traditionally played by people of color. I think they're absolutely not doing it out of like the goodness of their heart and wanting
Oh
more
my god, no.
representation. They're doing it because they know a majority of their fan base are middle-aged white women who are going to get really really mad that you casted a black woman to play an animated fictional character who was originally white.
Yeah, we should let's talk about that. Let's talk about Disney race swapping specifically. Because personally, I don't care uh what like your background is for like the role you're playing. If there's like a person of color playing a role that was originally meant for a white actor, I don't care. If it's vice
Mm,
versa, I also don't care. I want whoever is playing that role to be the most talented actor for that role. But when it comes to specifically like uh Disney like animated movies, like I'm talking about like the like cartoons, I love the idea of like if you are making it a live action to make the characters look exactly like how the animated characters do. I like that. I like that a lot. I really love how they did the casting for How to Train Your Dragon. The guy who plays Hiccup, what's his name? Like Mason something.
yeah, yeah,
Um
yeah, makes sense. I don't
yeah,
remember his last name.
I don't remember his last name either. He's like looks a lot like Hiccup, like the
Mm-hmm.
animated version, and I think
Yeah,
the casting for that is wonderfully done.
yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah,
And like even on that note, like even though they did like cast people of color to play roles, they made their characters very much so emanate the energy and like the general like look of their animated characters. Like they casted
mhm.
people who, regardless of like if they were a person of color or like had a different hair color, for example, than the character did in the show or movie or whatever it's adapting, they like casted them like pretty well. Like they casted
Mhm.
them in a way that kind of like you could tell that that was the character they were playing. Is kind of the point I'm making.
Yeah, so like we're supportive of like um actors of different. I mean, we're both people of color.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we're supportive of like the actor that's best fit for that role to play that character. Um, And but on the topic of the way Disney does their more recent like live action movies, like I'm thinking like Snow White, and a lot of talk around Tangled. Tangled, they did cast actors that look like the characters because this is
They
we
casted
are,
white people
yeah,
to play white people, basically.
yes, Um, but there was a lot of talk over specifically, and I feel like I can talk about this because I am Indian. Um, and there was a lot of talk about like them casting an Indian actress to play Rapunzel, and I wasn't happy about that. Like I wasn't happy about that at all, actually, because they were like, I read like a lot of comments and stuff, or like saw like TikToks and things like that, and they're like, dude, if like an Indian girl was playing like Rapunzel, imagine how like amazing that would be. Like they have luscious hair, and yes, we do. We got that luscious hair. And like so many like there's a lot of like cultural aspects that would work, like having like long, thick hair, having like using like a lot of hair oils, things like that. Like that was a big part of it. And that like brown girls look beautiful in purple, which I also agree with. Love my brown girl baddies out there. I like oh like
We
and
love
like
all Indians on this channel.
exactly all types. Um anyways, um but yeah, but I wasn't happy with that because I was like, so the story behind Rapunzel is it is like a German fairy tale, like that's the original story. And like if you've ever looked at the country of Germany, everybody there's blonde with blue eyes. They are like the definition of white people.
They're the blueprint, is
They
what
are
we're
the
trying to say.
blueprint. Whoa, that makes it sound like, oh
The
my god.
blueprint for white people. I
Uh,
mean, let me rephrase. They're the blueprint for white people.
don't spit our words into something we're not like saying. Um, but I was the reason why I was upset was because like I think who the actress that plays Rapunzel should be somebody who's blonde with like blue eyes because that's true to the original story, and it's also true to the animation. But on another note is I don't want you guys to just put an Indian actress as like Rapunzel just because you think it would be really cool. I would rather you take like a story, like take like there's like fairy tales from all over the world. Take like an Indian fairy tale, and like make make that into an animated or make that into a live action movie, and like have the actress be an Indian girl.
Hmm.
And that's the way you should do it. Don't just race swap characters for the sake of race swapping because it's
Yeah.
just a cash grab. It's not like
Yeah,
because
like
you actually care about like
exactly.
people of color, because Disney doesn't care about like, not
No.
saying that Disney doesn't care, but like they don't. They're doing it for money.
Exactly. And also if you look at like I don't know, if you look at like the way that they cast characters, um especially people of color, and this is like kind of crazy, but like in 2016 to like the early live action stuff, they weren't casting people of color to play people who were white, you know, like they weren't casting people of color to play characters who were white. And I think that that's very reflective of the era, like the time period 2016, who was in office. Yeah, let's think about it. And I think that that kind of comes back in terms of like the more recent casting, where we had like a very, especially in 2020, we had a big shift towards promoting diversity and promoting inclusion, especially in like representation in media of people of color and people of different backgrounds, different cultures. And you saw a lot of this happen, and they started casting people of color in roles of characters who weren't people of color. And this wasn't because they were doing it because of representation and because they genuinely wanted people to be represented. They were doing it because suddenly that's what people were talking about, what people seemed to want. Like their general audience were very vocal in terms of like
Mm-hmm.
wanting representation. So they were like, okay, let's just stick a person of color in this random role for a cheap cash grab that we're releasing in the next year. Um,
Yeah.
so like it wasn't for like the betterment of society. And now that we're seeing in this era, as we're slowly slipping back into a recession era, and also
Mm-hmm.
the rise of conservatism, which is like pretty well documented at this point in the past like 2-3 years, um, we're seeing now they're not casting people of color like at all. Like the
They're
two main
doing it
characters are
because
not.
that's what they want. People like,
They're doing it based off of
yeah.
whatever their viewers are talking about. And on
Mm-hmm.
top of that, even when they were casting people of color, they casted people of color because it was also going to get people to talk about the movie, which is just free publicity.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I personally don't like it. If you're going to if you're going to make a Disney princess movie and have your lead actress be a person of color, give them like a story that's true to their culture. Don't give
exactly.
them like don't just like replace a white actor, like
Yes.
a white character, for a person of color.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like if you're gonna adapt something to include people of color, you have to change the entire story to be
Hmm.
relevant. And at that point, just tell
Pick
a
a
different
different
story.
story.
Like, people of color deserve their own stories to be told. Like,
Hmm.
I feel like that's so insane to just cast a person of color as a white person because you're like, fine, you want people of color in our movies so bad, you want somebody who's not white to be playing a main character so bad in a live action movie. Fine, we'll put them in this one, I guess. You guys happy yet? Like, that's what it feels like. It doesn't
Yeah,
feel like true representation. And I
and it's not.
no, but this isn't to say that people who get mad about people who are people of color being casted in white roles are correct in any way. Like, if you're genuinely worked up about the fact that a person of color is now playing your favorite Disney princess and you're like, no, they can't do that. She's canonically white. Like, this is not good representation because what about white people? You literally have every other princess.
Yeah.
Also, it
Shut up.
doesn't, yeah,
Sorry.
it also doesn't eliminate the original character. Like,
Hmm.
in the Disney parks, they still have the OG Ariel, but they also have the more modern Ariel. Like, they're
And
not
that's okay.
exactly, you're not taking away representation from people by putting a person of color in a white role. So, like, I have my thoughts about it, but just because like a bunch of people get mad about it and like I don't necessarily agree with it, people who do get mad about it for the wrong reasons, they're not in the right. Okay, because
Yeah.
even if they were to tell actual stories for people of color, they wouldn't like that shit either. Like, they would just genuinely not watch it. They'd complain, they'd get mad, be like, hey, why are you telling this is so wokeness? This is so left leading what is happening right now. Why are you telling, like, bring back the white people? Like,
Shut up.
regardless, exactly. Exactly, shut up. Literally, stop talking.
Like, Disney is not like, yes, it's a company that's like American, but it's like nowadays it's a worldwide brand. It is a company
Exactly.
that people from all over the world watch. Literally everyone from every continent. Like you could go up to like anyone from anywhere in the world and be like, "Oh, do you know what Disney is?" They'll be like, "Yeah, of
Yeah,
course I know what Disney is. Who doesn't?"
exactly.
Because they're a global company. And so they should, if they want to have people of color in like roles, they should like tell the story of like people in the world. Like, what is that fuck ass ride in Disney parks that everyone loves, like the round the world ride? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Soren?
No, the one where you sit in like a boat and then you go and they like are like stories of the world. Like,
Oh god, it's a small world.
that's yeah. If you're having the small world ride, make small world content, you know?
Yeah, real. Not saying that it's a small world is good
I
representation at
hate
all.
that ride.
It's literally
I hate
terrifying.
that
I hate
ride
that.
so
I
much.
literally hate It's a Small World. Okay, but
If
separate
you like that
conversation.
ride, uh good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
I rode that one time. The I've been to Disney land twice. I've never been to Disney World. And I went to Disneyland twice. The first time I was like 3. I don't remember shit. The second time I was 17. And I remember everything. Wow.
Ooh.
And when I was 17, I we went in February, so it was not the best weather. And it was like on and off raining, which was crazy because nobody could drive. I was
Yeah.
laughing because like
Nobody can
it took
drive
like
in the
an
rain in
hour to do a
California.
15-minute drive, and I was like, guys, if this was Washington, we would get there in
They
15
literally
minutes.
shut everything
Uh,
down in California the second it rains. It's
yeah,
insane.
what's up with that?
They pack
It's rain.
up
It
shop.
can't hurt you.
Literally,
It's water.
they literally close up shop and go home. They're like, well, that's it for the day. I guess I'm going home. Bye.
What is up with Californians? We should talk about that. Um,
Next episode.
next episode, Californians, are you okay? I'm sorry, we're hatering. We're hatering. We're hatering. That's a word. But what was I saying? Yeah, and so the ride was wet. There was literally a puddle of water where the feet part was. So I sat on my seat with like my knees tucked up like that. And for like the whole like 10 minutes that ride is just seeing little dolls go like, it's a small world or like whatever the song
That's
is.
terrifying.
It was awful.
god.
I think that was like genuinely the worst ride I have ever been on in my life, and I've been on wooden roller coasters, so
Ugh, scary.
or like scary roller coasters, you know, not
Ooh.
scary ones, not
Yeah,
scary
like
like
the rickety ones, like the
yeah,
old
like the ones
ones,
where you
the
feel like you're
unstable
gonna fall
ones,
off.
the ones that give you
Um,
like actual whiplash. Those
like
ones.
I'll ride the Velocicoaster a billion
I
times.
love Velocicoaster.
I am not riding one like a small roller coaster that feels like I'm gonna fall off of it.
No,
That is terrifying.
the Wild Waves roller coasters, bro. Terrifying. Horrible.
World Waves is closing down, and honestly,
R.I.P.
I support it.
R.I.P. Wild Waves. No one will miss you.
People will. Some people like Wild Waves, and yeah, Washington needs like a real theme park.
Yeah,
But Wild Waves is not it.
I hate on Wild Waves all the time. But the second somebody is like, "Who cares that it's closing down? Just go to Silverwood." I'm like, "You don't know anything. You don't know anything. Wild
That's
Waves is
Idaho.
awesome."
Nobody wants to go to
Shut up! Shut
Idaho.
up! Shut up! Literally.
What do they have? Potatoes? Anything else?
Mm-mm-mm.
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah. So Idaho sucks.
This video should be renamed to us hating on other states.
Kind of. Yeah. California, Idaho,
Mhm.
Oregon. We could go with the other 49.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're haters.
Yeah, mega haters. Anyways, yeah, the it's a small world ride. It's just like not good representation at all. Which kind
Yeah.
of should have just like been the main warning that like Disney is not here for proper representation. They kind of never have been, and they like likely will never be.
Mhm.
So I just think that it's better to cast like people of color in roles that like actually suit them. And I think the only time that like race swapping becomes an issue is when you cast like white people in roles that are already people of color like whose position as a person of color affects the story and is like
Yes.
important to the story. Like if you tried to cast anyone who wasn't a black American as Tiana in A Princess and the Frog
That
live
would be
action,
so problematic.
I would like actually like that's it. That's the end. Like that right there would be the final like I would think that I was living in hell, that I died in 2020 and this is hell. So
We're in the bad place.
yeah, we literally are. We are in the bad place right now, guys. Sorry.
I love the Good Place.
I
It's
love
such
The
a
Good
good
Place.
TV show.
It's incredible. It's amazing. So
yeah. I hope you guys agree with our opinions on this because I feel like this can be a very controversial topic, but it doesn't need to be. Like it doesn't need to be a controversial topic. You just have to like respect the original content, but also like respect like people of color. If that makes sense.
yeah, I think that like in the case of like Ariel, it doesn't matter either way because Ariel, despite the
She's a
fact,
fish.
yeah, exactly, she's literally a fish. She's not a person. You can try to argue that it came from like a Germanic folktale or like a Mediterranean folktale all you want. She is literally a mermaid. They could be
One
from
thing
anywhere.
I actually liked was like all of the like different sisters like represented different like oceans. And then they
Yeah.
like all got um like like the person of color casted for each role, like one of them was like the Indian Ocean or something. I don't remember. I've seen this movie once.
Yeah,
The
me
movie
too.
overall was kind of bad
was a little
though.
bit
Like it
bad.
was kind of a bad movie.
The casting decision for Scuttle was horrible. I never want to see Aquafina in anything ever again.
And that's the thing is she's like a good actress.
Yeah.
She just like
I just don't know why she keeps getting casted for voice roles because like
she's so like expressive.
yes, she's like an
I love
incredible
her in like actual like acting
like my
roles.
favorite role she was ever in was like in Crazy Rich Asians, which is like
Oh my
actually
God.
one of my favorite movies like ever.
I
Like
love
I
that
love Crazy
movie.
Rich Asians.
Everyone's airplane movie.
Literally, no, literally, I literally love Crazy Rich Asians. I could watch that back to back to back. It never gets old. It makes me laugh so much, and it's such a fun movie. Like,
I love her in Shang-Chi.
oh my gosh,
Oh my God, I love that movie. I like. Can we bring back superhero movies that were like Shang-Chi?
yes,
And
like fun ones,
yeah,
like fun, like ones that you can just like watch without having to watch 400 other movies to understand the plot.
yeah, Marvel.
Also, plus 3 other TV shows and one-time holiday specials.
Oh, we will be talking about Marvel on this. We need to make a Marvel episode like really soon. Like
Yeah.
this needs to be like
It's
one of our
getting
next
crazy,
few
guys.
episodes because we have so many opinions.
So many thoughts.
Oh my God.
So many thoughts on it. It's like it just gets crazy. But I think a big part of that is also because of Disney, like just like taking over Marvel and
Mhm.
doing things with Marvel. There was a dog that just ran past the car. That was funny. Anyways, anyways, yeah, I think the biggest issue with race swapping comes from that, from like actually taking people of color like away from the like I just don't understand like why you would ever do that. Not that they technically really have, except in Lilo and Stitch. They did. They did in fact race swap. The thing is here though is it was so inconspicuous and it blew right over everybody's heads because nobody like even realized. But Nani, Lilo's older sister, the woman who played her is not Kanaka Maoli. She's not Native Hawaiian. Nani is. This is where it gets interesting, because they essentially, like in Twilight, for example, they casted a white man, Taylor Lautner, um, to play a native character whose culture obviously
Twilight
heavily
has so many
so many issues,
problems.
and it's largely just because
That's a
Stephanie
cute
Meyer is a
dog.
Mormon. Yeah, there is. It's a really cute dog actually,
Sorry, we get distracted easily.
especially with cute dogs.
Hmm.
But yeah, Stephanie Myers is just Mormon and kind of evil. So yeah, her casting, them casting a white man to play a native character, like a native person, and not acknowledging the fact that he was white and not shifting around his story to match the background of his actor is extremely problematic. And this comes from, especially with native people, they casted literally anyone except a native person to play native characters in film. From like the birth of when native people were shown in film, they literally never casted native people. It was literally anybody but. They casted white people in dark makeup to make them look like native people. That's insane. They casted Hispanic people. They casted literally anyone. They casted Indian people, which is insane.
Wrong type.
Yeah, literally wrong Indian. So
Okay, okay. If this is a joke we make very
yeah,
frequently, I'm like Indian from like India, and
I'm
Parker.
like American Indian. Like I
Yeah.
am literally like I'm native. So
So we make like the joke, like we make jokes about this all the
yeah,
time. We're like, LOL, we got both kinds of Indians. LOL. If other people make this joke, it's not funny, but if we do
no,
it, it's
it's
hilarious.
so
So
funny. We are literally hilarious.
come
We're
on,
like
Drake.
master comedians.
We're
Anyways,
so
yeah,
funny. We're the
the
funniest people
we
alive.
literally are. But yeah, they casted a lot of people who weren't native to play native characters, especially back in the day, and even like I said with Twilight, early 2000s. But since then, that's like kind of not happened. And if it does, like people find out and they're like,
Why?
"What's happening? What's
Like
happening here?"
there are like guys. Like, can we like at
There,
least get the race
yeah,
accurate?
yeah, literally. See, like that's where the problem comes in because they like Disney just either didn't do their research properly or just didn't care. And that is like because here's the thing, like Nani, her being Kanaka Maoli, her being Native Hawaiian is so integral to the plot. Like, and also they cut a lot of it out in the original animated film, which Lilo and Stitch is an incredible movie, and it is a commentary on tourism and how the tourism industry like affects Hawaii, and also a commentary on like how Native Hawaiian communities like come together as a community. And like that's the main point of like Lilo and Stitch's family and community. And like they kind of stripped all of that. They stripped all of the Kanaka Maoli spirit out of the Lilo and Stitch live action. And they did that also through casting a Filipino woman. I believe she was Filipino. I could be wrong on this, but that was what I remember. Anyways, regardless, she's a person of color, but she's not Kanaka Maoli. She's not Native Hawaiian. Period. Like her family is not from Hawaii, and that is where the issue comes in because she doesn't understand because she's not Native Hawaiian. She will never understand the impacts of tourism on Native Hawaiians. Obviously, colonialism has happened elsewhere outside of Hawaii, but just like you wouldn't cast somebody who was native from the mainland to play a Kanaka Maoli person, you wouldn't cast a Filipino woman to play a Kanaka Maoli person. It is essentially like you're like they're literally playing a different race is the thing because it's like they didn't change her character to be Filipina. If they had changed her, okay, that would be insane already because like it literally takes place in Hawaii. But whatever. Just saying, if she was like, if they changed her family to all be Filipina or Filipino, then like okay, sure, I guess you'd cast a Filipino woman to play a Filipino person. But if your character is Native Hawaiian, why wouldn't you cast a Native Hawaiian? And also, the woman who played her, the actress, her family holds so much stake in realty on the Hawaiian Islands, which is like the main contributor of all of the issues that Kanaka Maoli communities are having in Hawaii. And that is that
Bruh.
housing prices are going up, they can't afford anything, water pollution, everything is like skyrocketing in price. Like literally everything is kind of being caused by these realtors coming in and buying up massive amounts of property to sell it to people who just want to like either a vacation home, so they're not there, they're not contributing to the like economic like environment of Hawaii like at all, because they're like either not there or they only come like once a year, or they're selling it to people who want to host Airbnbs, which again bring in tourists, like swaths of tourists who don't know how to treat the land, they don't know how to interact with the Kanaka Maoli people.
Yeah, if you're visiting like Hawaii, like visit like and be conscious of
Yes,
like what you're like
yeah,
don't be respectful to the land, be respectful to the
exactly.
people.
Do not be throwing your trash on the beach.
The thing is, I don't think, I mean, I can't speak because I'm not Hawaiian at all, and I have no like ties to Hawaii. But like I'm pretty sure like Hawaiians don't hate tourists.
No,
Uh,
they don't like
like a
no.
lot of their like economy and stuff
Yeah, exactly.
relies on
It is.
tourism. But if you're a tourist and you don't treat like the land or the people with respect, don't visit. Like
No,
anywhere,
exactly.
anywhere you
No,
go, you should
exactly.
be
You should be a
respect.
conscious person. You
Yeah,
should be a conscious like tourist. You should be like
that's how you should travel, by like
everywhere,
respecting
like
where you're visiting.
everywhere, no matter what. Like you should not be going to a place and treating it like it's like trash or just like your vacation.
Hmm.
It's not your vacation. It's also somebody's home. It's also like the home of somebody else's culture and cultural practices. And like you should be navigating that in a graceful way. And I think the major problem with Hawaii is because it's become so commercialized. People just go there and think it's like, oh, it's like another state, you know, it's like a part of the US, so I can just do whatever I want.
Give
there.
Hawaii back to the Hawaiians.
Literally.
I've said this so many times.
Literally free Hawaii, bro. Literally give Hawaii back.
We'll be fine with 49 states. We don't need 50.
No, literally, we don't.
We also don't need Alaska. I don't care about Alaska at all.
Yeah, low key, yeah. Give Alaska back to the native Alaskans. Low key, yeah. Yep. Yes, please. Hey, on that note, give all of the states back to native people, okay? Whoa.
United States, disband it.
Land back. Oh my god,
like the band, like the Beatles. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Real. Yeah, so it's just, you know, there's been some decisions made in terms of casting by Disney for live action films that, in my personal opinion, shouldn't have been made.
Yeah, honestly, we don't even need live action films. Like, animation is a fantastic like movie. Like, it's beautiful. It's perfect how it is.
It's an incredible medium.
Especially like magical movies, for example, Tangled. Yes, like that movie is so beautiful and so magical, and the animation is such a perfect format for it to be. And it's also like that movie is like recent. Like remaking like Snow White is like one thing, because that movie came out like
it was like
a billion years ago.
It was the first color film by Walt Disney Studios. So
it came out so long ago.
That makes
sense. So remaking it is like one thing. Remaking a movie that came out like less than 20 years ago is crazy. Like that movie came out when I was a kid and I'm 20.
Like so. I remember when it released. I remember being in the theater watching it. Like that's
like we don't need to be and also like Moana came out so recently and everybody's thinking about remaking that.
Yeah,
what
they're not even just that. They made a first one, okay, and then they butchered a second one.
The second
one.
Now
they're
so
making
bad.
A third one. What is with Disney's hate with Polynesian people? Because like, why did they ruin? They took out all of the like native out of the second one. Like there was no ounce of culture in the second one. They were playing guitar in the background music.
Also, yeah, because the music wasn't done by Lin-Manuel Miranda. Like, bring him back.
Literally.
The live action movie, I was told that for the actress, she's beautiful, by the way, and she has like naturally like curly hair, and they straightened her hair for the movie.
Yes, they straightened it,
and it's because it's not perfect enough.
Have you
seen? Girl, curly hair isn't meant to be perfect.
Also, like, there's like I remember seeing like the clip of her
screaming in your car.
Literally. The windows are literally fogging up. We've been in here for like hours.
Losing our minds.
Hello. So yeah, it's just like why would they do that? I feel like this is just like, at this point Disney's just coming for people of color. They're like, we actually hate all of you. We hate
That's the message you're
we
sending us,
yeah,
Disney.
kind of yeah, actually, because like
They're never gonna hire me.
no,
I don't necessarily want to work for Disney. I want to work in the entertainment industry, and because I do drama and the film is cool as well, so they're never gonna hire
you're
me.
good.
I'm losing all my job opportunities right now. Anyways,
It's okay.
besides the
It's
point.
fine. Anyways, you can go work for one of their rivals. That will eventually be bought by them.
Universal, I'm looking at you, baby girl.
Yes. Oh God, I love you, Universal. Literally the last good, like the last standing production company.
Also, the best theme parks. Like, it's so
Yes!
much better than
Literally,
Disneyland or Disney
listen,
World.
yeah.
Not that I've been to Disney World, but I've been to Universal in 3 different places.
I mean, okay,
So.
I love Disney World. Unfortunately, I've been more times than I can count on both hands. But I prefer Universal. Like, I
Everyone
genuinely
does.
prefer it.
The rides are so much better, and
Yeah.
it's so much more immersive.
Yes. See, that's like because they
But
were.
Marvel Land, I love you.
Yeah. No, I mean, like they were the first to do it. Like Universal, like with the Harry Potter like section, the Wizarding World.
Dude, that section is. I wasn't even like a Harry. I'm still not a Harry Potter fan like that. But that world was. Oh my god, that was magical. It was
Yes,
beautiful.
Because they were like the first to do that. Because Disney had never done anything like that in any of their like parks or anything.
It
and
makes
then
you
they
feel like you're there in the movie.
Yeah, and then they literally they were like, oh, we see how much attention that's getting. Let's open a Star Wars land, and it's like.
But it's still not as good.
No, it's not because it's not nearly as immersive. I don't know what it is about the like Wizarding World that they just do it so well. I think it's because like I don't know, you're not like being forced to play a character is kind of the thing. Because like with the Wizarding World, you can just kind of feel like you're just there visiting, but then with like Star Wars, they kind of like force you into this whole new storyline. Like the whole like every like Batu or whatever, they just like force you into it, and it's like I'll cut that out. They force you to be a part of Star Wars, and I love that because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. But like sometimes you just want to be there. Sometimes you just want to look around and look at pretty things and feel like you're like in a movie. And
I think the best done world is the Ventures Campus for Disney.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all, actually. I think they could have done so much more. I think they took the easy way out. Because could you imagine?
But I think it's it's the one that you feel the most like you're like in
I mean,
the
yeah.
movies.
I mean, I do feel
But that's
like
also
I'm in
because
it.
that's an easy one to do.
Yeah, exactly. Like I do feel like I'm in it, but like imagine if they had rebuilt like a part of New York.
That would be so much. They could have done so much
built,
more.
Like a mini, like because like they're really good with force perspective. They could have done if they did like a part of New York. They could have put like Stark Tower in the distance, and like it could have been such a cool environment. And then it would have fit more with like the Spider-Man ride being there. I think Avengers Campus.
I also was so disappointed by the Spider-Man ride. That ride is not fun.
It was really lame. It was really
the Spider-Man
really
ride in Universal is so much better.
Like that's
but also that one has like the Sinister Six in it, and I love this. Okay, yeah. I have so many opinions on.
No, because like I love the Sony Spider-Man. Like the original Spider-Man are like my favorite. Unfortunately, I do like Tom Holland's version, but I only like him in the context of the MCU. I wouldn't have liked him if he was like, you know what I mean? Like he only works in like in the context of the MCU, in my opinion. But I love him there. I love him in the MCU. I don't think I would have liked him as much if he was just like a random standalone Spider-Man character. Because a lot of his character development relied on stuff that was in the MCU alone, which was like Tony Stark and having like a father figure like that, and like developing all of these relationships with MCU characters, and a lot of like then losing it all. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's like he only works because he's in the MCU, versus like the other characters work because they're like comic book adaptations.
Yeah, I agree with that. Works. I think that's a very, very valid take. It is my favorite version of Spider-Man, and I think it's my favorite version because of the MCU.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm a huge MCU fan.
But I also am obsessed with Zendaya, so there's that.
Yeah, real. I think if I wasn't like a Spider-Man fan, like Spider-Man comic book fan, he would probably be my favorite. But because I'm like an MCU fan, also, like if I was just like I don't know.
If you were just a Spider-Man fan,
if I was just a Spider-Man fan, yeah, exactly. If I was just a Spider-Man fan, I probably wouldn't like him at all. But I'm both, so he's like my second favorite.
Oh my god, Brand New Day comes out in July. I'm so excited.
You'll be hearing from us.
You will be hearing from us.
We will make probably more than one episode on Marvel, depending on like whatever, like probably multiple different videos talking about different things, like ranging from like theories to like the
Mhm.
fandom stuff to like actual like reviews of the movies to just like talking about it.
Mhm.
We have a lot to say.
We have
Trust.
so
We
many
have so
opinions. This is like
so
the
much to say.
if there is a fandom I am obsessed with more than any other fandom in the world, and I have like a lot of fandoms that I love. It's Marvel.
Yeah, no, real. I'm I'm in a lot of fandoms. I wouldn't say it was my like most obsessed. It used to be. Um, but I just like I don't know. I kind of lost hope
I
for a
miss who
while.
I was in 2019.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. When
I
it
mean, I
was my
don't, but
favorite.
like I
No,
do.
I miss the fandom culture from
Oh my
2019,
god,
which is also something that we'll talk
we
about
will.
eventually. We'll talk about fandom culture because it is something that we're both unfortunately heavily involved in. Ooh, who would have guessed? So yeah, I just think Disney is doing things. They're doing
Mhm.
things, and I don't. They're not going to stop.
And they need to stop.
I mean, yeah, they're not. They need to stop, but they're not going to because they're just going to keep doing it because it makes them money. Even if
Unfortunately,
yeah, even if the live actions are literally just a bunch of
dude,
useless
like,
cash grabs.
didn't like they need to change what they're doing because also like they're not working as cash grabs, at least not the way
No,
they
they're not.
wanted it.
Yeah,
Like for example, Snow White, I feel like I
people hated
from
that.
what I heard, I think it like lost a
Yeah,
lot more money than it made.
people hated that, and then people started like finding things to hate about the actress who played her. So it's like people
Which
are gonna hate no
like
matter
it
what.
sucks. Like I do agree she wasn't the best pick for Snow White, but she is hella fucking talented.
Yes, she is. So I mean, like people are gonna hate no matter what, and they're just
Yeah.
gonna keep hating. And I don't like, yeah, like I mean, it's not working. Like they're not making more money than I think that they would have made if they had just like spent more time developing original ideas, like
Hmm.
and actually putting the work in. They're
But like
definitely
bring back to like
prioritizing
go
quantity.
back to what Disney was like when they
Yes,
first like
literally, like during
maybe not when
the
they first started, but you know like
yeah,
when they were making like good
like
movies.
when Eisner was like president, like the Eisner era, we had a lot of really good movies come out during that. To be fair though, in the last couple of years, there's been like a bunch of president switches for Disney, so I can understand like why there's been so much instability in terms of their films. But at this point, it's like you are seriously only in it for the
You are
money.
literally the richest company out of like any other company in the world. Maybe probably there's probably like apples above you. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
But like one of the richest
They're the
companies in the
richest
world.
they're the richest like
Film.
multimedia film company
Yeah.
by far. Like they
Like
have so much money and
definitely the richest toy company in the
oh,
world.
absolutely, absolutely. They are like
Um,
the most. They're also like the most well known. Like,
yeah,
there's not probably one person on this planet that doesn't know what Disney is.
unless they were born yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. But even then, you know what? Their blanket probably has like Disney characters on it. So, like, genuinely, it's insane. It's kind of everywhere, and it's like the most commercial thing ever. So, next time they replace a white character with a person of color, I wouldn't get too excited because they're probably gonna butcher it when the movie actually comes out, and they're 100% not doing it for representation.
Hmm.
I'll be holding my breath for when they actually
Disney,
release a good movie.
do better because we know you can.
Literally, like you have the capacity to, you have the budget
Oh my
to.
god, yeah. Nobody has a budget like how Disney has a budget.
They have so much money to waste and they don't do anything with it. It's like it's the same issue I have with super rich people because like why do you have all that money and you're just boring?
Billionaires shouldn't exist.
No, they shouldn't.
Once you reach $1 billion, any other
You
money
should
you
die.
make, yeah, we either kill you or you donate all of that money
Yeah, just saying.
to something, anything. It can be
Literally
of your
anything.
choosing. Just
Yeah.
donate that money. If I was rich, I would I
No,
would
I would be
donate like
donating
at
to
least like
so many
I would
like so
donate
many
so
things.
much.
Like even if it's something stupid, like freaking Travis Kelsey joined that one like that one activist group trying to renew Six Flags. At least he's doing
I
something
donate to
interesting.
Six Flags.
Yeah, at least he's
I
doing
love
something
Six
interesting.
Flags.
Like, don't just buy 400 houses you're never gonna use. Like, you're just,
Yeah.
it's just lame. It's
Simple
lame.
that.
Okay. Besides being like actually evil, because every single billionaire out there is evil. Mark my, you're literally, you know what? If there's one out there who's a good person, I will literally eat my keys. I will eat my keys and die. But until that day, um, they're all evil. They're all evil and need to go to jail. Actually, you know what? They're all evil. So
If
yeah,
I ever become a millionaire, I'll donate my money. And if I don't,
facts.
kill me.
Exactly. Exactly. You know what? Yeah, exactly.
I don't
So
think I'll ever be a millionaire.
no, that's never happening. I'm going to live in a hole.
Same.
I'm gonna live in a hole. I'm gonna live in a hole. Um,
I
and
won't be
that's
like
okay.
Barbie.
No, we'll not be like Barbie. We're not gonna be girl bossing. We're going to be girl sobbing because I'm
Make
gonna have
that a term.
I'm gonna be I'm gonna be broke. I'm gonna be broke and homeless probably in the next 10 years. So I look forward to doing that episode of our podcast from the street. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Stay tuned for that.
yeah, exactly. It will be pretty soon. Trust. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's all we have to say for this episode so far. If we like missed something, or if you want us to like elaborate more on something involving like this topic, let us know, because I feel like there is more we can say about it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Or if you have any specific questions about our opinions
hmm
or anything.
Or if you want us to dive more into like pop culture stuff like this in terms of like movies and casting and like even like theories and stuff regarding movies, or like maybe you want to see us try to fan cast something, that would be kind of fun to do. Let us know. And as always, you can do that in the comments down below. Make sure to follow us on all of our other social medias,
Hmm.
Instagram, TikTok. Subscribe to our YouTube channel also if you're watching
Follow
this
our
on Spotify.
podcast on Spotify.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Vice versa. And as always, a new episode releases every Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so look out for that.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Bye.
Bye!